In today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a compare and contrast between Reolink's Argus PT cameras. We're going to be having a look at the Argus PT and the Argus PT 2K, and we're going to be finding out which one is better suited for you. Check it out. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. If you're not familiar with Reolink's Argus range of cameras, they're all a range of cameras that are all battery powered. The best thing about this camera range being battery powered is it means you've got a 100% wireless setup. This means that you can put a camera in those really awkward to reach places where you can't run power to, or you can't run any network and PoE power. And as I mentioned, we're going to be having a look at the Argus PT and the Argus PT 2K. Physically, the PT and the PT 2K look identical, and if you do have them side by side, you wouldn't actually be able to distinguish the differences between them, but there are some big differences between them. But before we get onto those, let's have a quick look at what you actually get in the box. Other than the outer packaging and obviously the camera unit you get in the box, everything else is the exact same. As always with a Reolink camera, you get a Reolink security seal, which is going to allow you to know if the camera's been opened up prior to you having it. Inside the box, you'll find the instruction manual, a mounting template, and the Reolink security stickers. You'll also find the quick release mounting bracket, which is also made out of plastic. You'll then find the detachable Wi-Fi antenna, the mounting strap, the USB to USB micro cable, some mounting screws, and finally the camera itself. The camera's got a very nice form factor and design, and considering everything that's packed into here, it's actually quite small for what it is. The actual build quality of the materials used here is also very good, as you'd expect with a Reolink product. The whole camera and the base of the camera itself are all made out of plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap and tacky, and it does feel strong and premium. The compact design is also a sealed unit, making this thing waterproof, and then all of the inputs, so the power, the on-off switch, and the memory card slot are all covered by a removable rubber seal. On both of these cameras, you're going to find a slot for a micro SD card, and you can insert a micro SD card of up to 128 gig. Now, this is an optional thing if you want to be able to make use of local storage on the camera, and the camera has a rotatable and tiltable head. On the back of the camera, you'll find the port to attach the wireless antenna, and underneath the rubber seal, you'll find a micro USB slot, which is used to charge the camera by either the DC connector or the solar panel. On the back of the camera's head, you'll find another rubber seal, which houses the camera's physical on-off switch. On the base of the camera, you'll find a universal camera mounting hole, which is used to mount the camera to the bracket, but it can also be used with other camera mounting accessories. On the front of the camera, you'll obviously find the camera's lens, and then surrounding that lens, you'll find those 6 infrared LEDs, and just below that, you'll find the status LED and a daylight sensor. Just below all of those LEDs, you'll find the PIR sensor, and just below that sensor, you'll find the camera's microphone. Above the camera's lens, you'll find a speaker, which is used for that two-way audio and also for playing the siren and custom recorded sounds. The speakers and microphone on the camera work well and are adequate enough for the two-way audio. Both of the cameras are designed to be mounted upside down and attached to either a wall or a ceiling, but you don't have to do this, and if you want to, you can just mount them flat on a table or another surface, which is exactly what I did with one of my cameras. I just mounted it flat on a surface and used it indoors as a baby monitor. You'd also have those mounting straps if you want to attach it to a post or a fence rather than fixing the mounting bracket to the wall. So that's a little bit about mounting and everything you get in the boxes, but how do we link it all together? The setup of the camera is all done through the Reallink app, which is available on iOS, Android, Mac and Windows, and it's super quick and you'll have your camera connected and set up in minutes. You can then start making use of all of the Reallink app features. Mainly the PT is the base model of camera and the PT2K is the higher end version. So what we're going to do is just quickly run through the key features of these cameras, and then we're just going to highlight the main features that are different with each one. Moving on to what this thing can actually see then. Both cameras sport a 105-degree wide-angle lens, and both offer both pan and tilt. They've got a rotational pan of 355 degrees and a tilt angle of 140 degrees. This is great, and depending on your camera's placement, you're going to maximise the amount of coverage that the camera has and minimise the amount of blind spots. Utilising the Reolink app, you're going to be able to make use of the camera's pan and tilt functions. This is going to be what allows you to control the camera's head, and you'll be able to rotate 355 degrees horizontally and 140 degrees vertically. With the Argus PT, you're getting a 2 megapixel image sensor that's capable of capturing 1080p at 15 frames per second. And with the Argus PT 2K, you're getting a 4 megapixel image sensor that's capable of capturing full 2K resolution with a resolution of 2560 by 1440. The image quality for both of these cameras is great, but you definitely do notice the difference with that upgraded sensor. You can tell by the amount of light that's coming into the footage, and you can tell by how clear and crisp the footage is with the 2K camera. Both cameras have got infrared night vision, which works by utilizing a ring of 6 infrared LEDs. The infrared night vision works up to a maximum distance of 10 meters. Both cameras have motion alerts and an adjustable motion sensitivity, and they also both have a schedule which you can set up for the motion alerts to follow. You can get the motion alerts in a couple of different ways. You can get them as push notifications to your phone, so as soon as the alert happens, you'll get a notification on your phone. You can also get them as email alerts. With the email alert, you'll receive an email containing a snapshot of the alert that occurred. And finally, you can have the siren play, so if motion's detected, then the siren on the camera will start playing and it will just play through the camera speakers. And as an optional thing, if you wanted to, you can customize the sound of that siren. So if you wanted to use your own voice, then you could just record that and have that play out through the speakers, which could kind of act as a deterrent to intruders. While both cameras can receive motion alerts, the Argus PT2K can do a couple of extra clever things. It can actually detect if the alert was caused by a person or a vehicle. So rather than just saying motion alert, you can actually get an alert that will tell you whether a person was detected or whether a vehicle was detected. These features all come bundled with the camera and they're also all run locally. There's no additional monthly fees or hidden subscriptions that you're going to need to pay in order to make use of them. As well as being able to see and hear what's going on in front of and around the camera, you can actually speak through the camera by making use of two-way audio.
Hey, can I help you?
Now, this isn't a unique feature to this specific camera, but it is a nice feature to have, whether that's just to tell your dog off or to speak to the person delivering your mail. Obviously, the main purpose of the Reallink app is to allow you to see what the camera can see. Whilst you're viewing the camera's live feed, you can also toggle between a couple of different modes which affect the quality and the performance. So you've got modes that use less bandwidth but are in lower quality, and you've got modes that use more bandwidth and are in higher quality. As a fun little feature within the app, you can record time lapses. Within the time-lapse feature, Reolink provides you with some presets which allow you to do things like tracking the clouds or monitoring some building construction. If you don't want to make use of these, you can also create your own. The time-lapse feature is supported on both cameras, but obviously with the PT2K, you're going to get a higher quality recording. You can link your Reolink cameras with both the Google Assistant and the Amazon Echo, and this will allow you to view the camera's live feeds on compatible Google and Amazon devices. The setup for this is super simple, and I was able to view both cameras' live feeds on my Fire TV by just making a simple voice command to the Amazon Echo. Show me the garden camera.
Okay.
Anything that you want to configure or customize with the camera is all possible within the Reolink app. The app's also regularly updated and maintained by Reolink, so it's always constantly getting new features and bug fixes. In addition to the Reolink app, Reolink also offer a fantastic desktop client, which is available on both Mac and Windows, and you can use the desktop client to view the camera feeds and also control all of the features, much like you can with the mobile app. Both cameras operate fully on Wi-Fi, and you may have noticed this little sticky out bit here, which is the Wi-Fi antenna. Connectivity-wise, both cameras operate on the 2.4 GHz frequency, and both cameras also adhere to the IEEE 802.11 wireless standard. Internally, these cameras are powered by a 6000 mAh battery, and they're charged up by making use of a 5V 2Ah charger. Now, if you didn't want to charge them up like that, you could optionally get the additional solar panel, and you could charge them up by the power of the sun. I personally really like this camera as a battery-powered camera, and if you've watched any of my other Reolink videos, you'll know that I'm a big fan of the E1 zoom and also the Argus 3 Pro, which is probably why I like the camera so much, as it's basically those cameras but mashed together. If you've got the extra £30, then I would definitely recommend upgrading and getting the Argus PT2K as opposed to the PT, just because you're getting that better image sensor and you're also getting a few extra features like the person and vehicle detection, which are definitely worthwhile to have. If I could add any additional features to this camera, it'd be the zoom functionality from the E1 zoom and also the spotlight from the Argus 3 Pro. And there we go, that's been a quick look at the Argus PT and the Argus PT2K. Hopefully by watching this video you now have an understanding of the differences between these two cameras. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to drop me a like, and if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and ding dong the notification bell. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.